Well, in an earlier video, I mentioned how Beth Rhodes had given me quite a scare in driver's ed, and that I suspicioned that the reason that she had the difficulty was that she didn't have any opportunities to learn to drive, like driving a vehicle at home. Well, this story is also about her and her family, more about her family, and community attitudes, and about my sweet, practical-minded wife, Donna. Both Donna and I had become aware at church of some attitudes about Beth's family. Mother's Day had come along, and on that particular Sunday, and I have to admit that I don't remember seeing that family as a family there before. But the church on Mother's Day gave little prizes to the newest, the mother that had the youngest baby, the newest mother, the oldest mother, the mother that had the most kids. Well, you get the idea. Well, it was hands down, no question. Beth's mother, I've forgotten how many, but I'm telling you, it was a flock of kids. Well, then as church was over, we heard some grousing and grumbling. That woman only comes to church once a year to get that prize. She lives in a house with her husband and all those kids, and her ex-husband lives there too. Somebody else added right on to that and said, and that's a disgrace. Well, news to us, and we didn't particularly care. My job was to deal with the children and not with the gossip. Well, at school, though, it did appear, had appeared much earlier, that Beth and her siblings had much less of the world's earthly goods than the majority of the kids at Hartner. I don't think anybody could have said they weren't clean, but they weren't as well dressed. Well, sometime into the year, a little further, the PTA had some money. They'd made some money, and they had some money from dues and so forth. And they were going to do a project to improve something, to help somebody. A lot of times that ends up that they buy something for the school. And I don't know, they had a little subcommittee that had some recommendations, and one of the recommendations was dental help for Beth. And I'll tell you, anybody that was around Beth became aware their teeth were terrible. She really needed dental assistance. So I expect a teacher had been on that committee and had recommended Beth's dental needs as one of the possible causes to spend that money on. Well, as soon it was, I can't remember if it was just a committee or in the open meeting. Probably it was a committee meeting, I don't know. But Donna was there. And when the choices were presented to the group, we heard the same stuff we'd heard at church. And bless my dear wife, she spoke up and said, those things don't seem appropriate in this discussion. Who lives in the house, how many kids there are. It's need that should determine what we do. It got pretty quiet. Then somebody else spoke up and supported what she'd said, and you know what? Beth got some dental help. And you know what I think and thought then? That if she got those teeth improved, her health improved, her appearance improved, her attitudes about herself and about the world improved. And by golly, just this week when I looked back at those 2 annuals, I thought I could see a lot of difference between the annual picture for the first year we were there and the annual picture for the second. 3 cheers for the PTA and 3 cheers for Donna. Bless her. Well, she can be tough when she gets on my case, but she can be tough for the right causes too. Married a good woman.